All right, so we're diving into country roads today.
Ah, country roads.
And we're going to be looking at an article called Country Roads, written by Larry Dean on his blog, The Engineer's Line.
Perfect.
Back in February, so not too long ago.
Yeah.
And this is really interesting because it's one man's, like, you know, retirement dream to move out to West Virginia. But he's also an engineer.
Okay.
So he's got this very, like,
I like it.
you know, meticulously planned approach.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all of these, like, wrenches get thrown into his plans.
Of course, because it's life.
And he kind of has to just roll with the punches.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And the way he writes about it is really funny.
Okay.
So I'm excited to kind of dig into this.
I'm excited to hear it.
So right off the bat, he sets up this contrast between the idyllic vision of country roads, like, you know, peaceful, quiet,
Right.
and then the reality, which can be kind of rugged and challenging.
That's a great point, because he does say, you know, which vision resonates more with you, as if he's speaking directly to the reader.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's a really cool way to pull people in
right away,
to get them thinking about their own ideas about it. So why West Virginia? Like, what was his connection there?
Yeah, so it turns out his parents actually met in West Virginia at a family reunion.
That's sweet.
And they ended up inheriting some land in Braxton County.
Wow, okay.
So, you know, he has like a family connection to it.
Right, so it's more than just a random place he picked.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got some meaning.
Yeah.
I like that.
So they decided to make it their retirement haven.
Okay.
And, you know, being an engineer, he plans everything out meticulously. He even has like a park model home custom built.
Oh, wow.
So it's like all ready to go.
Yeah.
And the site is prepped, and he's heading down to Georgia to pick it up.
Okay.
Seems like it's all, you know, falling into place. Smooth sailing, right?
Right.
But what happens when he gets to the plant in Georgia?
So he gets there, and the manufacturer has gone bankrupt.
Oh, no.
And his park model home is basically just sitting outside the gate of the plant.
Oh, my God.
Abandoned.
That's not good.
It's like, oh, my God, what do you do now?
Wow.
So he manages to track down a truck driver who's going to haul it for him to West Virginia.
All right.
And Dean's like, well, I'm coming with you.
Oh, really?
I'm not letting this thing out of my sight.
I don't blame him, yeah.
Because he had surveyed the final, like, 6 miles of country road to his site.
Oh.
And he knew there were going to be some challenges. So they get to this one particular spot where there's a narrow bridge with like a 90-degree turn. And the driver just cannot get this trailer through this turn.
Oh, gosh.
So what does he do?
What does he do?
He backs the trailer onto somebody's property, unhooks it, and drives off. He left him there.
Yeah.
With the trailer.
On somebody's property.
Oh, my goodness.
In the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Miles from where it needs to be.
That's incredible.
I know.
That is a story.
So there, Dean is stranded with this park model home.
Yeah.
On somebody's property.
I would not want to be him at that moment.
I know, right?
Wow. Talk about a reality check.
Right.
Like he had it all planned out, and then life just like threw a wrench in it.
Yeah. So what happens next?
So Dean, he doesn't give up, though.
Oh, okay.
He finds another driver.
Hopefully this one sticks around.
Well, you would think, right?
You would think.
But
this is a story about country roads.
Exactly. There's always a twist.
So what happens?
This driver, he's a little more creative, you know?
Okay.
He manages to get through that 90-degree turn.
Oh, wow.
Using, like, jacks and rollers and stuff.
Okay.
So they finally get to the building site, right? And what do they find?
What?
A mud pit.
Oh, no.
The truck can't even get close enough to, like, position the house properly.
Oh, man.
So guess what this driver does?
What?
He parks it on the side of the road.
What?
Says, see you later to Dean, and drives off.
Are you kidding?
I know, right?
That's like the second guy.
It's unbelievable.
Who's just abandoned him.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
Poor Dean.
So he's just stuck again.
Well, he's stuck. Yeah. But here's where the story takes, like, a turn.
Okay.
Remember how he was talking about, like, the idyllic vision of country roads versus the reality? Well, this is where those two kind of meet.
All right, tell me more.
So picture this. He's standing there by this abandoned trailer.
Yeah.
And suddenly, a group of locals
Wait, what?
emerge from the woods.
Like out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they're like,
okay.
Hey, Need some help with that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just like out of the blue.
It's like that community spirit. You know, you don't see that everywhere.
So what did they do?
They brought a bulldozer.
A bulldozer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lifted the trailer up, maneuvered it down a hill.
Down a hill.
Towards a river, actually.
Oh, wow.
And then positioned it perfectly over the footings.
No way.
Yeah, just like that.
So his carefully engineered plans meet, like...
The simple country know-how.
And the country know-how wins.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And you know what Dean says about this? Yeah. He's like, all my planning couldn't have accounted for this. Like, these guys just knew what to do.
I mean, sometimes the simplest solution is the best.
That's what we realized.
It's just... You gotta have the right perspective.
We got it.
So, like, what's the takeaway here? Is like sometimes you just gotta let go of reins a little bit.
Yeah, surrender to the journey, right?
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny because those locals, they just like embodied that country road spirit. You know,
right? They didn't overthink it.
They just saw a problem and they fixed it.
Yeah,
with a bulldozer, no less.
A bulldozer.
That's amazing.
It makes you think about like what country roads really mean.
Yeah, like is it just a physical place or is it something more?
Right, is it a state of mind?
Maybe it's both.
Yeah, I think Dean's story kind of shows that it's a little bit of both.
It's about the journey.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, the unexpected.
There's people you meet along the way.
Exactly. And speaking of unexpected, Dean mentions this interesting thing at the end of his article.
Okay.
About John Denver's song, Take Me Home, Country Roads.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
It is. And he talks about how it had this resurgence in popularity.
Really?
Because of a Super Bowl ad.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's amazing how a song can, like, bring back so many memories.
It's true. It's like a time machine almost.
Yeah, and it makes you think about what home means to you.
Right, like what is home?
Is it a place?
Is it a feeling?
Is it people?
Maybe it's all of the above.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to read more of Larry Dean's adventure,
check out his blog,
The Engineer's Line.
We'll put a link in the show notes. Until next time.
Happy trails.
Yeah, happy trails, everyone.